Okay, let's see what we're eating for dinner. Oh, pretty loaded fridge. There's ice cream. Looks like there's some fruit, some vegetables. Down there, I don't know what that is. I want to say that maybe that's okra. We got some chicken up there. Don't know what that is. Meat up there. This I think is stir fry, bag of stir fry. I don't really want that. What else do we have? Well, I see. This looks like camouflage. What is this? Oh, that's a Jetboil. I think that's a backpacking stove. All in one. What is that doing in the freezer? It is cold. It is frozen. I don't know what that's doing in the freezer, but that's good news for me, because if we slip over to the gas stove, it's on the fritz. So, you know, I didn't think I was going to be eating a home cooked meal tonight. I was going to eat out, but look at that stove right here, coming in for the win. You know, when you're, you know, the stove inside your house is, you know, acting up, or maybe the natural gas is shut off, or the propane or electricity is out. Well, that's awesome. So I'm going to use that there, and then you know what, we're pretty sure we're out of water too, but I do have ice cubes and I want drinking water, so we're going to cook up some ice cubes. So yeah, we're going to cook up some ice cubes, melt it for water, bring it to boil, and then we're going to make some Mountain House sweet and sour pork. Let's see how quick we make this work. Stay with us. Okay guys, so the beginning of that video was, yeah, it was kind of hokey, but I wanted to, on this channel we like dispelling myths, or maybe figuring out that the myths are in fact true. One common myth you hear about this stove and other isobutane stoves is that they don't work well in the cold, in extreme cold. That was the point I was trying to make. I just received this in the mail. I took it out of the box and promptly put it in the freezer. This is my first time using the Jetboil, but I know they've been around for a long time. There's tons of reviews out there. So in this video I kind of wanted to put a unique twist on it. You know, I didn't want to just take it out of the package, boil water, yip-de-doo. You know, for the sake of the review or the sake of the video, we boiled water, even though what we really want is frickin' ice cold water or beer or beverage of your choice instead. In this video I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something practical. First, right away I want to start this up, and I want to see, you know, I don't know how long this was in the freezer. Probably a good couple hours. It's cold to the touch. It's warming up a little bit, but the fuel canister, that's kind of the heart of the system, is still very, very cold. So before this gets any, before this warms up any, on its own, we're going to warm it up mechanically. So the first thing, I lied a little bit. After I took it out of the box, I popped the fuel canister on, started it up, hit the igniter for a very short period of time. And the pot was empty. What seemed to me was happening is when you have an empty pot and you have, you know, a very hot constant fuel source, it will heat up the pot to high temperatures, and it almost smelled like it was melting the neoprene. I don't know if that's the case, but you know, that's kind of what it smelled like. So promptly, you know, I flipped the stove off. It was only on for like 10 seconds. But that kind of goes to show how efficient the stove is. But this is the first time me boiling, or I guess just using the stove. So what I want to do before I turn the stove on, I'm going to put some ice cubes in it. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we got maybe 20 ice cubes in there, as you can see. So let's start this bad boy up. So, first off, yes, I'm inside, but I have all the windows open. It's well ventilated, but for the sake of this video, I'll say proceed with caution after this point if you want to test this out yourself. You know. So, this is your dial down here, and you have a minus and a plus. You want to turn that to the plus until you hear a hissing noise right there. Now there's a switch right here. Ooh, big old pop. That's probably not a good sign. But turn that to maximum heat. And show you guys what's going on. So down there you can see the fuel. There's the ice cubes. And I am going to keep track of the time. But as you saw, you know, besides the kind of poof, this whole stove, the fuel and the stove, everything is frozen. And I like testing a lot of gear that way. Sleeping bags, clothing, tools, knives, stuff like that, because cold weather can really play havoc on gear. It can change the composition of materials, it can change the ease of use, all different types of stuff. And a common complaint I heard about the Jetboil stove and the isobutane is in cold weather, the fuel freezes or something like that. And apparently they were trying to say that other fuels didn't freeze. You know, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. So, you know, that's part of the reason I got this stove. I do have experience in these type of stoves. I do have the MSR Pocket Rocket. That thing is ultra light, boils water super quick, but you know, I wanted to try this out. So, sorry about getting long-winded. As you can see, the ice cubes are melting rather quickly. On this side, those wavy lines is your heat gauge. When the materials, you know, or the water inside the pot is at boiling, this whole gauge will turn orange. And remember, this is not water, this is ice cubes. Afterwards we'll do a boil test with water. But, you know, so far so good. So far so good. You can see the flame down there. The ice cubes are melting promptly, and see how long this takes. And again, this was about roughly 20 ice cubes. Speaking of that, I'll put these back in the freezer. inside the belly of the beast. The stove suddenly got louder, and I think what happened is the fuel finally heated up. As you can see, there's the guide, the guide turning to orange. I'm trying to talk kind of fast because this is going to start to boil really quick. I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it's making some crazy noises. There's steam coming off. See that guide there? And I believe the reason it's called Jetboil is right now, this sounds like a jet taking off. There's a slight rumble. Of course, that could also be, you know, a fighter jet flying the skies right above me. So as you can see, there's a lot of steam coming off. You can see these bars here, and it's kind of hard to see, but that's a rolling boil, so time to flip it off. Okay. Ooh. Foggy. So that was our first test. Now, I'll annotate how long it took in the description or during the video because I lost track. You know, but I have an easy way of figuring out how long it is. Stay tuned. We'll do test number 2.